Yo, what's good, people? One Piece chapter 1029 is out finally. And if you can't tell, I'm sicker than a mother. So go ahead, help your boy out, drop a like, subscribe, and let's get right into it. Yeah, so like I said before, your boy's dealing with, being under the weather. It's not COVID, none of that. Remember the catchphrase, stay safe, stay healthy. But One Piece chapter 1029 is out. And, we start off where we left off in the last chapter. We start off with that boy, Sanji, snapping Queen's sword on his neck. And, bro, this Sanji boost is nothing to play with. I mean, he broke the sword. Everybody's looking at him just like we are. We're like, yo, Sanji, you should have felt that. You know what I mean? This is one of the Yonko commanders. You should have felt at least this man's sword hit your neck. And Sanji is kind of just looking there like, oh man, what is this? Unlike everybody else, though, Queen is like excited, bro. He's like, yo, I really want to see the germ attack up close and personal. And he's like getting excited. Like I said in my last review, this man's having the time of his life. He's geeking out. He is clearly a big fan of Vinsmoke Judge. I'm sure Vegapunk as well, but in this case, Vinsmoke Judge. And why wouldn't he be, right? I mean, you're talking about essentially the One Piece's version of the super soldier serum. You know what I'm saying? They've got strength, they've got durability, they've got accelerated healing. And in this case, I guess they have hearts of ice, which means that they don't have any emotion. Obviously, Sanji's different, and Oda's not going to change that in Sanji's character, right? Like, we know Sanji will always have his emotions, but Sanji's taking that kind of stuff to heart. He doesn't want to be like his brother. He's dreading the fact that this could be the beginning of the end of Sanji as we know it. He's pretty upset about it, but Queen is over here just like, yo, let me shoot lasers at you and let me test the Germa tech for myself. So Sanji, he takes off. And I'm not gonna lie, I really wasn't expecting that, because I was just expecting Sanji to, make like a general statement. I'm not gonna be like my brothers, and essentially whoop Queen's ass. And then we get on with the story. But Oda seems to be pacing the Sanji and Zoro fights to finish probably right before the Luffy and Kaido fight. So, which I like that. That's the formula. If you've been reading One Piece for a while, that's the formula we know and love. So I appreciate Oda for sticking to that. So Sanji takes off, and while he's running, some of the Beast Pirates spot him. They're like, yo, that's Blackleg Sanji. Let's go ahead and get him. They shoot him, and the bullets just bounce off him. They do absolutely nothing. He kind of turns around and he's like, what the hell? I mean, I felt that kind of hurt. So we definitely have the strongest Vinsmoke on our hands. I mean, we already knew that, but before, where he would kind of take like an L to his dad and take an L to like Niji or maybe even Ichiji, he's not taking any L's. To be honest, I always thought that Sanji was the strongest Vinsmoke. I mean, he one-shot Yonji. He pretty much would have beat Niji if he didn't play dirty, and he probably would have beat Judge if he didn't play dirty. We're not sure about Ichiji, but with the lineage factor and the exoskeleton and the accelerated healing, Sanji's gonna be the strongest Vinsmoke, hands down. I don't even think there's a question. Vinsmoke didn't even really come off as super strong. I mean, they were okay, but I think they got one shot by Katakuri and Big Mom anyways, and I don't think Sanji's taking L's like that. I mean, Sanji definitely needs a win here, but I think Sanji's way stronger than them. So yeah, definitely let me know what you think about that in the comment section. Do you think Sanji is the strongest Vinsmoke by now? I know I definitely do. But moving on. we cut to the second floor in Onigashima, and this goes back to our prediction video. You know, a lot of us predicted that we would get to see what's going on in the Kid and Law versus Big Mom fight. We see that Law essentially is holding his own. I know the Kid fans are absolutely raging at this point in the chapter, but Law's holding down the fight. Kid, you know, he's on the floor, he's incapacitated, he doesn't know what's going on, Law doesn't know what's going on, but we know what's going on, and we know that in the other fight, Hawkins has one of his voodoo dolls attached to Kid. So Hawkins is being like really sick and twisted at this point. I never really expected this from Hawkins, but I guess Oda built his character up to this. We just didn't want to see it because he was actually kind of cool and collected, and we just thought that he played the odds. We didn't know that he was actually like an evil guy. But because Kid is essentially taking all the damage from Hawkins, Hawkins is banging his head against like the wall or banging his head against the floor, and Kid is taking all that damage in his fight. So whereas they don't know what's going on, Kid's just like, yo, I got a crazy headache and I'm incapacitated. Killer is over here in the other fight like, what can I do? His power is attached to my captain. If I hurt him, I'm essentially just hurting my captain. And Hawkins is taking advantage of that while hurting himself. We already know that Hawkins' Devil Fruit is pretty much OP. The Straw Fruit can do a plethora of different things. However, people have gotten around it. You know, we don't really know how Law got around it, but you know, people have definitely beat it. So we knew it was only a matter of time for Killer to, you know, put his head to it and figure it out. And just a quick question for everybody in the comment section. How do y'all feel about Killer? Is it just me that likes Kamazo a little bit better than Killer? I mean, I just feel like Kamazo had a little bit more personality than Killer, and I thought that his character was really cool. I even like the scythe better than Killer's sonic blades. So let me know how you feel about that below. Just a little side note. But anyways, so Basil Hawkins has Killer, you know, outwitted at this point. Killer can't attack because if he attacks Basil, then he attacks Kid, and he's pretty much stuck. So Hawkins feels like he has him in checkmate. He's talking a big talk like, oh, I can't believe how you actually ate a smile fruit. Like, how stupid could you be? Like, really talking down to the man. And Killer has to tell this man, look, it's not our fault that we dream big and you dream small. We came into this new world to actually find the One Piece and to be, you know, I guess Kid would obviously want to be the Pirate King. And nobody knows this more than Killer because they were actually friends as children coming into this. It's not like Luffy and Zoro and Nami, how they all met as grown people. Killer and Kid have been down since day one. So Killer knows what Kid's dreams are. And he lets Hawkins know, listen, you came into this new world and you saw that the odds were stacked against you and you sold out. So don't blame us because you essentially can't stand on your own dreams. I guess that made Hawkins upset because he starts curb stomping the man while he's down. And he's telling him these Yonko, they're pretty much unbeatable. That's the reason why you don't hear stories of them ever losing. You only just hear stories, but you don't hear stories of them losing. So at this point, Killer essentially has like an epiphany and he realizes, I wonder what will happen if, you know, he cuts off Hawkins's left arm, because Kid doesn't have a left arm and we know that Hawkins's damage is directly tied to Kid. So if he cuts off the left arm and the damage doesn't have anywhere to go, what happens? And it turns out that the damage actually just stays with Hawkins. So Hawkins took that L because when you attach this power to somebody, you got to do your homework. Can you imagine if Kid didn't have a head, how stupid he would look? So he cuts off his left arm and that pretty much one-shots him, because I'm sure Killer can use Haki, so it doesn't really matter if he's a straw man or not. His arm is gone. And you know, Hawkins pulls out all his other powers. He pulls out the straw man. Killer cuts through it pretty quickly. You know, he makes quick work of Hawkins at that point, and we realize Hawkins really doesn't have a lot of substance to his powers. I mean, you know, bro, maybe coming into the new world, you should have trained just a little bit more. If you're this dependent on your devil fruit, then you could have known that this was gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? We saw Zoro take on Hawkins. Zoro didn't even really seem too perturbed. And Law obviously beat Hawkins. It was off screen, but we know that last time we saw Law, he was looking over Hawkins. Hawkins was in pieces. You know what I'm saying? So Hawkins, bro, gotta step your game up. And now that that was Hawkins' final life voodoo doll that he had attached to Kid starts feeling better. He starts smiling. He's like, oh, hell yeah, now it's game on. So he obviously knows something that we don't know. All the Kid fans, you need to get excited. We're really hoping that we're going to get to see something from Kid in hopefully the next chapter. You know, I'm going to put out a special prediction video just off of that because this is something that's been anticipated for a long time. We've seen Kid's powers here and there, but we want to see how he stacks up against a Yonko. We know that Luffy is on the rooftop right now, splitting the skies with the Yonko. He's not afraid of the Yonko. Luffy is Yonko level. We want to see Kid get to that same level. If Kid is gonna really consider himself to be a rival to Luffy, we want to see that. So Kid fans, drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know exactly how you feel about Kid getting ready to take on his biggest challenge yet. He already lost to Kaido, he lost to Shanks, and now he's going up against Big Mom. This is, in my opinion, Kid's like final shot to be considered a rival to Luffy. So let me know how you feel about that. Everybody else, make sure to drop a like on the video. Please subscribe. All help to this channel is greatly appreciated. As always, stay safe, stay healthy, and I will catch you guys next time.